Hello and welcome to the weekly forecast. My name is Dr. Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic, and this weekly forecast is for week commencing March 24th, 2025. Each week, I like to bring to you the wisdom of the tarot using my psychic intuition and messages from spirit and the wisdom of my deck, the Mythic Tarot. A story for the week, a message for the week, using a particular spread that gives us some insight about the energies that are at play. So let's begin. I like to start with the influence card because the influence card is the thread that runs through the whole of the message. So let's start with the Ten of Swords. As you can see, the Ten of Swords is, of course, about the mind, so healing of the mind. So a lot of this week is about healing the mind, not doing too much, and everything that happens, if we feel like it's slow or unproductive, it's because we must take time out in order for our mind to rebalance and reconcile. And if you look back at that card, it actually has a guide protecting us, and the swords are blocking out any external noise and vibration. So it may feel like a bit of a dull week or a non sort of happening week, or not much energy around, and it's because our mind needs to settle. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to have a look at our conscious self, or what we understand the week to be for us this week, what we know. Well, here we have the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles represents that like a small win. In other words, we'll feel like we are on the right track because we would have already had confirmation that we are successful, or there's some sort of indication in real time that we are on the right track, successful. We have some sort of recognition from the external world for the efforts that we have put into our week. Our guidance, what keeps us on track this week, our soul self and our guidance, our subconscious, is showing us where we are being oppressed or where we are being oppressive. So those small wins, we will only feel successful when we are directed away from oppression, or if we are ourselves being oppressive. So if we feel stuck or blocked, just check in to see, are we being pushed around or manipulated in some way, undermined, or are we doing that action ourselves, trying to bully or push through something that is really not in anyone's, not only our own best interest, but others as well. So we will know that we are on track when we are having those small wins or recognition in real time. The next card we're looking at is what's blocking us and what's holding us up. I like to think of this as the aspirational part of our guidance this week. Well, here we have the Lovers. I love that in this story, in my card, the Lovers, the person who's making the choice, it's all about choices. The person who's making the choice dithers about what choice to make because they know that if they give the prize to this person or this person or this person, the retribution is going to be severe. And so they are trying to work out which way to go. And because they are a little bit immature, that energy is coming from a place of recklessness. So the aspiration here is that we are not quite sure about the direction we want to head in or how we want to move forward. And so our mind is spinning. So don't forget, we are in a place of healing this week. That's the influence. And we are being directed by the small wins in our life and where we are being oppressed or oppressive. So that immaturity that we are experiencing about which direction to head in, it's because we're being led by something other than our heart or our intuition. We're being led by maybe addiction, or we're looking for something to fill a gap. And so that card is helping us to define helping us to mature in our outlook about the direction we want to head in, because we want to keep those wins going. We're just getting little prizes along the way just to keep us interested. Our action, how we're going to behave and react or not, is we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles tells us that how we're going to go is softly, softly, slowly, slowly. We like the feeling of recognition and rewards that we're getting, and so therefore we are going to only move forward in a way that's going to long lasting and make things last. So that means that it's a go slow and only looking at the bigger picture about how we can create a strong foundation. It is a bit of a slow week, but you know what? If we create that strong foundation, that's guarantees success in the future. And so we're always going to be pulled up if we're rushing in too quickly, because we are trying to be maybe a little bit arrogant, or we are being influenced by others who want to take that away from us or hinder us in some way because they don't want us to move forward. So let's have a look at the outcome. What is the possible future or outcome if we follow the path here? Oh, look, it's turned up again, the Lovers. We have been putting them back in the deck. So that means that the outcome means that we will succeed in making that good decision for ourselves. That maturity that we're looking for, that we are aspiring to, will turn up. So taking our time and looking at the bigger picture and really acknowledging, especially the Page of Pentacles, acknowledging that a strong foundation is best, is going to lead us towards the path that suits us in our heart. So no more sort of ruminating about, what is it? Even sometimes pulling cards, doing rituals, asking friends, all those sorts of things. It comes down to what we know that we need, because we are the masters of our future, of our reality, and what we know is what we know. The foundation we know is best for us, and that's what we're going to. That's what we're dipping into or diving into this week. What do we really need? What is it that's going to make it work for us? So let's have a look at the big picture purpose of this week. We have, let's see, Judgment card. So the bigger picture here is that we are asked to be realistic about our future and how we're moving forward. The Judgment card, I like to call the Marie Kondo of the deck. It means that we look at our life and our things and how we're behaving objectively. So all of this indecision and like small wins and looking at oppression is all designed to make us look at what we want to achieve this week in real terms, objectively. We're going to stop running into our emotions and look at into our heart rather than our emotional self. Rather than reacting, we're going to be more discerning about how we move forward and realistically what works for us, rather than jumping and thinking, oh, I really love this, I'm going to try that. Okay, really, but is it in my best interest? So the bigger picture is us understanding what's best for us objectively, and in the long term that's going to work because we are not being driven by some sort of craving or some sort of addiction or some sort of trying to fill a gap. We are looking at what works for us. Absolutely, because those small wins are the little ticks along the road to let us know that we are doing it, that we are doing it for us and what's best for us. They're the clues. Look inwards, make note of that, because it's your journey, not anybody else's journey. Okay, that's the weekly forecast for week commencing March 24, 2025. My name is Dr. Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic. Have a lovely week. Much love from me. Bye for now.